What's up, people? It's Uncle Adams with you once again. Thank you for all the love you guys are giving me on my little freestyle video that I did the other day. Apparently you guys are really liking that. There's something just cool about freestyle. It's so spontaneous. You never know what's gonna be said. There might be mistakes made, so it's really fun like that. My buddy the journalist, who's a rapper from around here that I've known forever, we were coming up in the scene together. He's gonna come by on Friday and we are gonna kick some cool freestyles together, and I'll post a video about it. We're gonna throw words around, do some on the spot stuff. So that's something to look forward to on Friday. But the reason I'm making this video today is because I want to tell you guys a story that happened in my life. And I want to show you that sometimes bad things happen to us in life to set us on a new course towards something better. So check this out. This is my story. I was drinking, I was at a party, and I went outside to step off of the deck, and I wasn't paying attention, I was intoxicated, and I stepped into some broken concrete coming off of a deck, and my ankle twisted, and all of my weight went onto my foot, and I broke my foot. At the time, everyone's like, oh, you didn't break it, you just sprained it. I didn't even think I broke it. They're like, oh, you just sprained it, let's rub on it, rub the tendons out. It was all bruised and stuff, right? So I thought, okay, I'll just tough this out. So I'm walking around, and it wasn't getting better. It was all black. It was still hurting. I couldn't really walk on it. So like a week later, it was not getting any better. So I decided I was going to go get it checked out. I got an x-ray. Here it was. My foot was broken, and I was walking around on a broken foot for a week. They were like, whoa, you can't be walking on that. They put me in a wheelchair and like took me to the hospital, put a cast on it and all this stuff. So I was just bummed right out, right? Nobody wants to break a bone, especially when they're drinking like that. It just sucked. So I had this cast on my leg. I'm laying around, kind of like reevaluating my life, really, because, you know, I was drinking and I broke my foot, and now I couldn't even do anything. I was just sitting around feeling useless. And I ended up having a phone call with an old high school friend of mine. We'll just call him Matt. And that is his real name. I just won't use his last name. I had a phone call with Matt, and I was catching up with him, and I remember saying, you know, what's up with you, man? Like, what's new with you? And he's like, oh, you wouldn't even recognize me, man. I work out like 5 days a week. I eat healthy. I'm totally different now. And I remember thinking, like, and saying, oh, that sounds crappy. Like, that sounds like it sucks, man. Like, I wouldn't want to do that all the time. And I remember he was like, no, actually, like, it's really awesome, and I feel great, and I feel good about myself. I actually love it, man. I like doing it. So long story short, we got to talking, and he's like, oh, you should come to the gym with me sometime and check it out. And I had a broken foot, so I was looking for something, some sort of a purpose, something I could do. So I thought, okay, well, I have a broken foot, but there's lots of like arm exercises and everything else I could do. I'm not going to just sit around and be useless. I'm going to use this time to better myself somehow. I had a walking cast on, and I met him at the gym at 5 o'clock one day, and I had baggy clothes on, and I was out of shape, and I was unhealthy, and I had a broken foot, but I had the determination. And I started working out with him. And I don't think he thought that I was going to stick with it, because a lot of people just sort of do a couple workouts and they flake out and they quit and stuff. But here we are 5 years later, and I have stuck to my workouts regularly. There's times where you fluctuate up and down a little bit, but overall I've definitely stuck with this fitness thing, and it changed my life. My friend Matt changed my life, without a doubt. He took me under his wing. He showed me how to work out. He showed me exercises. I didn't know how to work out before. Like, I would just go into the gym and I would do arms and back in the same day and a bunch of stuff on the same day, right? But he taught me a structure. We had different days of doing different things. We would do shoulder, back, chest, so on and so forth, work through the whole cycle. He taught me how to clean up my eating habits. And I started to see this like quick transformation, and I loved it. I was like, oh yes, I'm transforming myself. So I kept at it, eventually got the walking boot off. This working out and this getting into shape gave me this newfound confidence, because I was like, oh, I can change my body like that? Then I can change other things in my life. And I can take this dedication and persistence that I learned in the gym and apply it to other things in my life. I'm going to put it towards my music. So then I started to make this comeback in music. And that's everything you see from the One of a Kind video until now. That was after I had this new kickstart in my life, because up to then I had basically all but quit my music thing. I thought, oh, I can't do this, you know, I'm not making money at it, I got to get a real job, blah, 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 blah. So what I'm saying is none of this actually would have happened if I didn't break my foot. You see? It sucked at the time. When it first happened, I was like, oh, why me? You know, broken foot, oh, this sucks. But when I look back on it, that was my wake-up call that put me on the right path and led me to where I am today. So look at your own life, and bad things might happen to you. But realize that those things are steering you towards other things that you wouldn't have had otherwise. The universe is mysterious that way, and it shakes you up a little bit and puts you in a new direction. What I'm saying is try to look at the bad things that happen in your life this way. So I hope you liked my little story there, you guys. It's a true story, and I want to share it with you guys, and I want to inspire you because I know that bad things happen to everybody, and sometimes these bad things are blessings in disguise, and they are steering us towards greatness. They are steering us to something else that we just can't see at the time until we get there. If I could go back to that night at that party, I would break my foot again. I wouldn't have it any other way, because I'm telling you, that was life-changing for me. That was my wake-up call. That steered me in the right direction and helped build the Uncle Adams that you see today. So remember that in your own life, guys. Until the next video, I'm out.